So we did the 2019 Winter IPA from Rouge River Brewing Company, and today we have the little baby brother. So let's get into this, guys, right about now. Beer, 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 beer. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to me, Brewski, from the Brewski Review. And today the beer I have for you is by the Rouge River Brewing Company. This is their 2019 Winter Pale Ale. Not the Winter IPA. This is the Winter Pale Ale with a white background, but still similar blue filled fat style tulip glass with a snowflake and a hop nugget on there. I lied. There is no hop nugget on this one. It's just the winter, the snowflake. This winter pale ale is coming in at 5.8% alcohol by volume, and an unlisted IBU is not listed on this different styled 500 ml bottle, but on the website it is coming in at 35 IBUs. Compare that to the winter IPA, which was 6.8 and 50 IBUs. This is a bit more toned down. So let's crack it open with the 50 BMG bottle opener, and let's see what we got. Personally, I don't know which bottle I prefer. This one is very similar in style, but has it's a larger bottle. I want to say just by a bit, or actually not really. No, it's the same. It's just a different style of shape. Comparing it to the coconut pale ale bottle. Similar, but different. I don't know. I don't know which one I prefer. This one is a lot heavier though. But it's not about the bottle, it's about the beer. So let's pour it up right now. Perfect. Looking at the beer, compared to the winter IPA, this is actually a bit darker, deeper orange color with a very nice, slightly off-white head on top, but still very, very hazy. But I would say the least haziest beer compared to the coconut coming in first, and then the winter IPA, and now the winter pale ale. Let's have a smell. Definitely lighter with a bigger malt backbone. A hoppy, light, pine, grapefruit, but more of a caramel toffee sort of maltiness coming from the aromas at least. So yeah, definitely I want to say a bigger malt backbone compared to the winter IPA. Let's have a sip. I'm right. As far as this winter pale ale, it's more of a West Coast IPA / pale ale sort of style, where you do get your, you get your pininess, you get your grapefruitiness, you get your nice hop presence. But like I said, with more of a not a pale ale, but more of a caramel toffee backbone, subtle but more predominant versus the IPA style of the winter series. Solid beer though. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. I would say this is more of a medium-bodied mouthfeel of a beer, less crisp, a bit more thicker, which in a sense doesn't make sense, but in a sense it does because of more the maltiness of the beer. Really, really nice. Not super hoppy. Then again, it is only 35 IBUs, but that maltiness really brings the style together. And the malts, the caramel, the toffee, they add that little bit of sweetness you want in pale ale sometimes, and it just sort of balances out the bitterness and the sweetness quite nicely. Overall, solid beer. Goes down smooth, goes down like a dream. Real nice flavor, intense, but not destroying your taste buds. Very, very nice beer so far. Moving over to the bottle, I think just on a little tidbit fact about Rouge River, this style of bottle was first introduced, for me at least, with their that aged sour beer that they had that I did for Beer Review 200, and I think they might have had some left kicking around, so they repurposed them, which is fine. I have no problem. It's just a bottle. It doesn't really do much. Depending on the shape, it's a very similar shape to their original bottle, but just slightly different, slightly fancier in my opinion. But on the logo, you have your big Rouge River logo, white background, pale ale with the snowflake and the blue colored pint glass there. And on the back, you do have your little tab with the alcohol percentage and bottled on date. And this was bottled on January 2nd, 2019. So, still missing some information, like I've said in previous Rouge River videos and all of the previous Rouge River videos. I'd like to see a description, ingredients, and IBUs. At least IBUs still on this little card here, this little sticker. You got a lot of room for IBUs. It's what? 5 letters in a space? You can fit it. You can definitely fit that. But with the other information, hopefully one day it gets added onto the bottle, because that would just be the perfect little bit of extra information for the consumer. Moving over to the website now, RougeRiverBrewingCompany.com. You scroll down on their beer list page and you find the Winter Pale Ale, the 2019 version. Like I said, coming in at 5.8% ABV, or alcohol by volume, and 35 IBUs, or international bitterness unit. And there is a description which reads, "This year's Winter Pale Ale features a small amount of crystal malt for a deep orange hue and is made with oats and wheat for body. We've hopped this beer with Echinot and Azaka." There isn't more info. When you click it, it doesn't expand. So we're going to move over to Untapped to finish off the description. And it reads, "We've hopped this beer with Echinot and Azaka for a slightly tropical woody hop character." I was going to say flavor, but they say character. But good use of a thesaurus. Now I do have to say yes. Slightly woodsy in the bitterness of it, but then again, a nice little bit of a malt backbone. From at least my personal palate, everybody's is slightly different, which is a great thing. I've said that in many beer reviews. It changes person to person, and that's totally fine. Moving over to the Rouge River online store, if you're not in the Markham area and you can't come to the brewery, you can always order online. And the Winter Pale Ale is coming in at $5.50 for the 500ml bottle. Compared to the Winter IPA, which is $6, you will save 50 cents if you go with the baby version. Either or, you're getting a ton of flavor and a ton of great beer going through your taste buds and down into your stomach. So it's always a good time at Rouge River. Finally, moving over to Untapped, the 2019 Winter Pale Ale has been given a 3.82 bottle caps out of 5, and it's out of 61 ratings. So overall, a solid beer. What somebody has to say, they say lots of malts and hop flavor, low bitterness, maybe a tad too malt forward, perhaps from hop fade, would be fantastic with better balance. Now, I can kind of see what they're saying, but for me, I like the maltiness of this. When it comes to the wintertime, you're not, or at least for me, I'm not looking for a super hoppy, summery style IPA. I like the more maltiness in the wintertime. In the colder months, the malts and that deeper, richer, caramelly toffee note sort of just warm me up inside, It takes away that shiver and that chill that gets you into the bone, especially being here in Ontario. But everybody tastes something different. So if they don't like the balance between the malts and the hops, that's their thing. Me, I really do appreciate this. It's a solid beer. With that said, guys, cheers on the final sip. Let's get right to ratings. Another solid brew by Rouge River. They're really knocking it out of the park with these beers. And I've said that countless times over all the beers that I've done, that I've reviewed by them. They're just amazing stuff. Overall, the 2019 Winter Pale Ale gets a solid 8.5 out of 10. Really good balance, for me at least, of the malts and the hops. Really brings the whole wintry vibe straight to your taste buds and just warms you up inside with that maltiness. And it sort of differs away from the tropicaliness, which really makes you think of summer, which can be a little bit bittersweet when you're drinking it in the wintertime, but solid 8.5 out of 10. As for presentation, they have the white background, very similar to the Winter IPA, just with a white background and no hop nugget on the actual logo. But other than that, you still have your little calling card. All it's really missing is ingredients, a description, and IBU list. Website does make up for that with a list of the at least hops and malts, so that's a little bit of a bonus there. So just like the Winter IPA, the Winter Pale Ale gets a solid 8 out of 10 for presentation. With all that said, guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want me to review in the future, you can leave all information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, we greatly appreciate it as well. With all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. We're gonna pour this beer real quickly because I wanna get back to The Walking Dead, which is on my computer right now, and singing time and pouring time, and it's done. So I'm done. Cheers.